What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Plastic Power Podcast. Joining me, of course, is the man, the myth, the legend, DD19 himself. And today,
welcome to the PP Podcast.
The PP Podcast. This is a very special episode in the making. We've actually been intending to make this episode for quite some time, even before the Plastic Power Podcast was even created. But I want to say one quick thing. There is a very important thing that we must get into before we even begin today's video. First and foremost, happy birthday, my man. I hope you're having an awesome day.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I hope it is slipped around and such like that, man. You know, I hope your day is doing good. Hats off to you, good sir. Hats off to you.
Thank you. Wow, that came right off so easily. Thank you. Yeah.
It was almost like it wasn't even there to begin with.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Okay, why are we here?
We are here for a video that's about a year in the making. Well, it was put on hold. It was on hiatus for a while. But this is a list we wanted to collab with before we even thought about making a podcast. And this is about our top 10 most wanted SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures that we haven't gotten yet. Either it's a new character, 2.0, 3.0 version. Doesn't matter. If it's a character we've been wanting that we haven't gotten yet, it will appear on one of our lists, possibly.
Absolutely.
And our list, it's just our opinions. Everybody has their own list of figures they most want. So,
yeah.
Back to you, Starblast.
And funny enough, like a couple of the figures on the list that I'm very happy that we got, like the from the old list, a couple of figures that we did get confirmed. For me, one of the figures that I put on that list was a 2.0 version of the first appearance Future Trunks, which thankfully now is available for pre-order if you're able to find a site that hasn't sold out on it yet. You know,
that is correct. I'm not surprised he sold out.
Yeah, like the figure is like, it looks great. I'm kind of sad. I had to get it on Luna Park, and I know I'm not going to be getting that figure early. I was like, that sold out super quick. And then another figure which they recently put out, I guess it's like, it doesn't really count, but like a 2.0 Ultimate Gohan, because as you know, like we got like the one from Superhero. Really, if you want to do that, you can just take the head off of this and just like love my new camera.
Find one of the Goku's skin tones that match.
Yes,
the best.
Well, yeah, just put
and there you go.
Put it on the full Dookie Super Saiyan Goku. Maybe that body can actually be used for something good.
Yeah, there was a few characters. I had two. I can't remember my list though. You've had yours.
I think you had
deleting mine.
Yeah, I think you had Imperfect Cell on there, as like
and we ended up getting him.
Yes, and
I think I had Android 19 and 20 maybe on my honorable mentions, and now we're getting them
eventually. Yes. And then, I'm trying to think of any other figures that we might have had that they already. Oh, okay, yeah. I believe on there. It was second form. You know what? No, those ones.
Well, yeah, we both had the Future Trunks on there, the 3.0 version. We both had that, so we both had to take that off the list.
Absolutely.
I'm sure I had a few more. I can't remember, but we refreshed our lists a little. Updated them, and we didn't put them in any specific order. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give off 5 honorable mentions. Like I said, not in any particular order. Just these will be honorable mentions. The first 5 we mention, and then we're gonna go through 10 figures that we want most in this line. And Starblast, would you like to start off with your honorable mentions? Good sir.
Sure thing. So one honorable mention, and I know it's like repetitive. There's a lot of Gokus in the line and such right now, but really, I would like for us.
Really never have too many Gokus.
What did you say?
You can really never have too many Gokus, technically.
Yeah. Okay,
it's
so like but still, one of the. No, that's fine. So one of the big figures I've been wanting is a End of Z Goku. It is like this is a like I don't know. I feel like he looks really cool in that outfit. You know, I just think it would be really good as a figure. Maybe this would be like a figure
nice color
that they would.
Too.
Yeah, maybe this would be like a figure that they would actually make at the point when they end the line or something like that. It's not really a necessity, but I like the design for him at the end of the series. So I thought I'd throw that on there.
Do you remember? was it their first World Tour event? They had a ton of Gokus up there. He was one of them, the Angel Wing Goku,
Yeah,
but
right
they
before
didn't
they
really
put the
have the
yeah, that
updated
was
like 2.0 molds yet.
yeah, that was when they were using
Yeah,
the 1.0 sculpts and such. So yeah, they
yeah,
had
yeah,
all
yeah,
those Gokus on there. That's exactly
yeah.
one of the
It
reasons
pretty
why it's like
much,
we got to have it.
yeah, it pretty much looked like the Dragon Ball Super movie Resurrection F Goku, like when Whis put his symbol on there. Kind of looked like
Hmm.
that. But it was that cool teal color. Yeah, I would like
Yeah,
to
it's the
see
same
that as
mold.
well. I'm sure everybody would too. I've seen people always say they want that. And what's cool is it's not the same orange blue gi. It's kind of fresh with a new color. So I
Hmm.
think a lot of people would appreciate a Goku, and they could keep it at that $35 price tag. I mean, all they're doing is just changing technically the color of the plastic and adding a little bit of paint. But
Absolutely. You know, and
yeah, I
like
would
they recently
definitely
did,
want
and we
that
pretty
too.
much have like a 2.0 version of that mold anyway in the form of the Goku
Yeah.
Black, which they can use, for the torso piece
Oh
if
yeah,
they wanted
yeah.
to.
Pretty
So
much,
yeah,
yeah.
very easy way that they can do that. Although it really
Yeah.
seems like the direction that they're heading in for the $35 Gokus and such. So I can kind of
Yeah.
see the order. They have him first, like the Saiyan Rays Honor's Goku, $35. Then next they
Yep.
introduce the Super Saiyan Blue because of the promotion for Broly movie, and then they go back and
Yeah.
introducing unfortunately full Dookie Super Saiyan Goku, and now the next
Man,
thirty
you
five
really
dollar
hated that
Goku.
figure,
I
huh?
hate. Yes, I'm that
I
figure
didn't
disappointed
mind
me,
it. It wasn't their best Goku, but man, you really
and
despised that one.
and,
That's
and
your
then
that's your mortal enemy now.
yes, and then they introduced this one as the promotion for the superhero movie. So I assume now because of the fact that I the blah, because of the fact that they introduced the Super Saiyan 2 Goku as like part of the event exclusive this
Yeah.
year, they might be I don't know exactly what kind of Goku figure they'll be making. Maybe they'll do like another Super Saiyan 3 but have it be
Are you
$35.
a Super Saiyan 2 Goku? Th-
No, I
Is
don't
that
think
what you
that they'll
said?
do. No, no, no. I said that they will do a. They already did a Super Saiyan 2 Goku as an event exclusive, so I don't think that that'll
Oh,
be the
okay.
next $35
Yeah.
one. So I'm thinking the next $35 one would end up being like I don't know, maybe another version of Super Saiyan 2, but I'm more so thinking it would be like a $35 Super Saiyan 3. And if it's not going to be that, well then End of
Possibly,
Z
yeah.
is right there. Like have it go in the order
Yeah.
of like the figures, the
They
way that we feed
gotta
them and such.
release it eventually. I know we're gonna get every character and every different version of that character. And since that's Goku, you know we're gonna get it. It's just
Yeah,
the waiting
absolutely.
game. The waiting
Mhm.
game. That's all it is. So it's just a matter of time before that gets released, and I will gladly buy that myself. But I could see them doing another Super Saiyan version, but making his hair the same color as the new Vegeta and Trunks, possibly. I don't know.
Mhm.
I might just be just
Yeah.
saying whatever. All right.
But yeah.
So are you just gonna go through all yours, or
No,
should
no,
we
go
go
ahead.
back?
You'll go
All
go to
right.
yours this time.
All right. So one of my honorable mentions here is King Cold.
Mm,
It would be great to get a King Cold, but if we do, we need to get a Mecha Frieza too. You know, so
absolutely.
um, I'm.
I mean,
You know what? I'm gonna
what
put
else are you
them
gonna pose
together.
with that new 2.0 Trunks? What else are they gonna pose with them? It's like
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah. I
perfect.
mean, if you don't have Mecha Frieza, you're gonna have Trunks slicing them up. But King Cold
Exactly.
would be cool to have, and they pretty much are gonna have the mold kind of when we get what the second form Frieza.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the
definitely.
third one he looks like a xenomorph.
And what would be really cool is that if they included some sort of like Frieza like accessory, maybe like a thing with like him being cut in half to kind of pose around with Trunks, like he can include an
Ah.
accessory like that with him.
That would be pretty awesome, actually. You know what? I think we're gonna get Mecha Frieza soon now.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I think
It's
we're
gonna
getting
have to
Mecha
happen.
Frieza soon.
It's
Because
gonna
look
have
at
to
all the
happen.
pictures they shown. Like half of them, or three of them, were at least Trunks slicing, destroying, or killing Frieza.
Hmm.
So I think we're getting Mecha Frieza a lot sooner than I anticipated. I just realized that we're probably going to get one in 2023.
Yeah, no, I I
Yeah,
agree with you there.
those I'm putting together as one because it's kind of like if you make one, you got to make the other figure, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
So
very, very good
yeah,
chance of that happening.
So
So
back
for
to
the
you.
next figure on my list for the honorable mentions, Majub. Majub is like
Jube?
awesome. Yeah, from Dragon Ball GT. Like when after Oob and Majin Buu fused together, like they
Oh
became Majub.
yeah, with the mohawk. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was one of the better characters in GT. And what sucked is they should have had him go with them on their adventure in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's a character in GT that really had a lot of potential that was really wasted. And it's just like it's
Oh
such a
yeah.
shame. It really is a shame, just like how much botched potential. Like the character, I think is great. I think that they,
Yeah,
it's just
I
and I
agree.
think a lot of people did really like it. It's just they could have
Yeah,
just done so much more.
yeah. I think yeah, like you said, they had so much potential in the ball of that character and they dropped it. They dropped the ball.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
metaphor. So so yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I think that figure would sell out just like how the Future Trunks did. And I would purchase that one myself because that, like you said, was one of the better characters in GT, and it was a shame he didn't get too much screen time. But when he did, it was
Hmm.
cool seeing it, and he was a different fighter that joined the Z Fighters pretty much. So yeah, that was an
Absolutely.
awesome honorable mention. So my next one would be Gohan, but Gohan from BoJack Unbound. So it's
Mm.
pretty much just, I don't want to say teen Gohan because technically he wasn't a teen. He was 11 years old, but
Hmm.
uh, isn't that? No, that's not technically a
No,
teenager.
that's because
But
it's because all the games like called him a teen, and it's just like I don't know about you, but
yeah,
there's no
I
such
mean,
thing
I
as
always
11
called him
teen.
teen Gohan too. But then you have people like, he wasn't a teen. He was 11. I'm like, all right, I'll call him 11-year-old Gohan, which doesn't sound as cool or good, you know?
Just call him
Teen
Gohan
Gohan
Youth.
sounded kind of badass, you know?
Youth Gohan.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, that it's pretty much uh Gohan figure we kind of gotten. So I think it's long overdue for another version of that Gohan as well. But I don't think we would get that one. I think we would get a non-battle damaged, updated 3.0 version of that
Yeah.
version of Gohan if we do get a Gohan. But I would love a BoJack Unbound Gohan. Oh
But
God,
yeah,
sorry.
I could
All
still
right.
definitely see like there being a case where with that Gohan as well, we finally get a base form head for Gohan at that age.
Yes.
I think I've
Yes.
been wanting them to have that ever since they started the line and introduced that figure. Like
You and every
in
other
the
collector.
Yes, like I remember actually I did one of my own like customs of it back then where like I took like a hair and I never actually finished it. I don't know why. It's kind of
Yeah.
just sitting like somewhere in my stuff. I don't know where it is. But
Yeah.
it's got to be done. It's 100% has to be done. We need that. Tamashii Nations do it. And
Yeah,
so, oh,
100% good, sir. I
okay.
definitely would love to see them make this figure.
Okay. And now this might people might be a little bit upset that I put this in my honorable mentions,
All
but it's
right.
just like this was really close with a lot of the other figures that I threw in there. I want to see
Yeah.
Cooler in his fourth form. We recently got him in his fifth form, and that figure was, I think, my favorite, might have been my favorite figure of last year. It's between that and Super Saiyan
Yeah.
4 Goku. I absolutely love that figure. And
Yeah,
it
that
makes
was
me just
definitely one of their best figures that
mm-hmm.
year and in the line. I 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm. And if they were to introduce like a fourth form Cooler, that would be awesome. I would really like
Yeah.
that. Heck, if they're not going to be doing like a case where they introduce the super like if they could introduce like what other figures? Hold on, what other figures could they actually release with that like with that fourth form Cooler? It could be like another version of Goku or actually no. Listen, let me tell you why it's the smartest thing for them to make a fourth form Cooler because with that mold, and this actually might go into my honorable mention. I'm sorry, I'm gonna take your next turn for
Yeah.
this one. Take
Oh,
that
go right
same
ahead.
mold, repaint it. You make Metal Cooler. You're basically getting two figures
Yeah.
with one mold. other than like
Yeah,
the slight retools and stuff that you might have to do in order to like
yeah.
split things up. But like really, off of that, you should very easily be able to make a metal cooler. It would be great, just like like a 2-for-1 deal. I'd absolutely buy both of them, just so long as it's. I mean, even if it's on Premium Bandai, which I hope it's not, but I will still buy both of them.
It's
That
like
those would
every
be.
version of Cooler Premium Bandai.
I
Damn
really
it!
hope no. Yeah, that would suck. That
Nah.
was. Yeah.
All right. What do you have? One more left
Yeah, I
or
got one
two?
more left. So I'll give you two. I'll give you two more. I think.
All right. So, two right here. I'll do back to back. Yeah, because I
Hmm.
just said Gohan can cold. So these are two characters from GT that I really liked. I did like one more than the other, but if you make one of them, you got to make the other one. Plus, same thing with Cooler. If you make one, all they got to do is repaint and make the other one, and that is Nova and Eyes from Dragon Ball GT. Nova was more of the good guy, or he had respect and honor. Eyes was like the backstabber, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But yeah, I loved Nova. Nova was such a cool dude. Kind of had like hit vibes, the way he like had such a calm, cool demeanor. But I would love
Hmm.
to see them make both those figures in the line at some point, which I'm sure we'll see it. Just a matter of time, you know.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. So like yeah,
yeah,
you said Nova and Eyes. Yeah, and especially because of the fact
yeah.
that Nova I think this is the one thing about his character that's underrated is that he's literally the embodiment of the 4-star Dragon Ball, which is incredibly
Oh
important for
yeah,
the history of it. Like absolutely. Nova is like one of the coolest characters in GT, not just
yeah,
literally, but metaphorically as well for like the meaning behind his character and such.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
great. It's no wonder him and
yeah.
Goku became friends at the end of the story and how he was like able to kind of, save him from his own negative energy. That was a really cool storyline. I love that.
Yeah, it was when I didn't really that storyline. I liked the concept of the story, but I didn't really care for the first few dragons. Once we hit Nova and Eyes, that's when
Hmm.
I really started loving that last story arc. But yeah, they those two characters I feel like uh really elevated that story arc when it was going down. But yeah, would love to see them at some point. So I think we each got one more honorable mention left, correct?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty.
So okay, my last one, and I feel like we'll inevitably get this. Um,
Yeah, you could just tell it's
yeah, with some of them, but
yeah.
like, but maybe not for like a little bit, but 3.0
Mhm.
perfect cell. Listen, I
Oh
do like
yeah,
the
yeah,
color. We've had a lot of perfect cells. We actually have had three. We've had the original one, we've had the premium color edition one, and then we had the event exclusive one with like the
manga
blue,
colors.
with the
Yeah,
manga colors and such.
yeah, yeah.
But
That one I liked.
that mold with Cell has been historically um, criticized in the Dragon Ball Figuarts collector community
Yeah,
because it's just the fact of the matter is that with that Cell, he's really skinny, he's not tall
yeah.
enough, and he needs to be bulkier, and some of the faces
Yep.
are really not as accurate. Like I've seen some people say that they prefer the Dragon Stars version of Cell because of the fact
Or
that it
the
has a
figurize one.
no, not the figure. I saw one
Oh,
guy, he
I
did
people
prefer the
say
figurized.
either or. They prefer either or because the
Yeah,
build is better.
maybe yeah, the build is like objectively
Yeah,
better in terms of scaling, but like handling a
yeah,
figurized compared to a figure arts, there's no comparison. And like I have
yeah,
one guy,
yeah, yeah.
I knew one guy who's like he got the figurized cell because he thought it'd be better, and then he must have gotten like a bad copy and it just crumbled to pieces.
Yeah, they're made of like it feels like a super cheap plastic or it's just a really light plastic that can break easily, but people liked like the bulkiness of the model kit along with the Dragon Stars one cuz both of them were bigger and they had the bulkiness to them which the SH Figure Arts one did not have. The SH Figure Arts one was engineered really well, but it definitely can use some updates. I
It did
think
not
they
capture
reused
cell well enough in
no,
comparison to
they
Dragon Stars.
reused it. They reused that mold more than enough times. Move on and please give us an updated version because I agree with you 1000% on that.
Okay, yeah, but like, as what is your last honorable mention?
Oh, my last one's another main villain, and this was my favorite version of this villain. And this is another one I'm surprised we haven't gotten yet, because it was the coolest, most badass version of Boo, which is Kid Boo. Aha!
Yeah.
Yes, see? He knew it was coming. Kid
Absolutely.
Boo. Yeah, Kid Boo is one we desperately need in the line. I remember when they started showing off Majin Buu, then we got Boo or Super Boo. I'm like, all right, Kid Boo should be coming soon. I thought he was going to follow suit, but after the two
Mhm.
Boos, they stopped. But if they go back and touch up more characters from that saga, it seems like they do that. Touch up on characters from Frieza saga. Let's go to the Android saga. Before that, they did the Boo saga. Um, but if you do too many versions of the characters from that saga, it might overwhelm people or be like, come on, man, switch it up to another saga or a movie character. People get uh, kind of kind of impatient or bored just waiting around.
So, but yeah, like absolutely. I mean, but right now, like when it comes with how the line is right now, we do thankfully have some different lines. Well, not like
Oh
I
yeah,
lost
yeah, I
I
know
lost
what
my
you mean.
train of thought. Like we do thankfully have
Different
different parts. We
versions
got
of Kid Boo from other figure companies. Is that
well,
what you're
no,
trying
well,
to say?
no. In terms of like, we have a lot of options for the Figuarts line. We got stuff coming out from Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Super
Yeah.
Superhero, Dragon Ball
Yep.
GT, and the currently the Android Saga stuff, which we're getting. I
Yeah.
feel like we have a lot of
Which I love. That's one of my
options.
favorites. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. They're catering to
Yeah.
a lot of different stuff here and
Yeah,
such.
but
So
I
I'm
like when
pretty
they
happy.
do that, but I don't like when they hover too long over one saga or arc. You know what I mean? Because then you're getting too
Mhm.
many characters from it. At least move on a little bit, or release characters from some other part in Dragon Ball, like two or three. All right, go back and give me another one from the Android saga. You know what I mean? Don't make it too consistent, but I know they're trying to throw a bunch out so you can display them all together. But
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Kid Buu is eventually going to come back around at some point.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's our honorable mentions. Now for the goodness that you all
Let's
been
get
waiting for. Yes.
Alrighty, here we go into the main list over here.
Yes. The top 10 most wanted SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures by
Yay!
Starblast Daredevil 19.
I wish I could do that for both
Like,
of us. That'd be fun.
well, I did download the thing you sent me. I just didn't mess with it yet, but
Oh
I'll
yeah, you
eventually
got it.
get to it as well.
Okay,
But yeah, start it
so
off, good sir.
starting off with my number 10 figure. Now I know a lot of people have made customs
Oh,
of this.
oh yeah. Let's just make sure people know it's not in any specific order. We're just yeah.
Not maybe not. Okay, okay, well the last one I put on
Is
number.
yours
Well, my last one is my most wanted one out of all of them
okay? So
because
just
it's like
mention
it's
that. So
okay.
I mean, they'll know now. So, all right.
I know
So
I'm
here
not
we
gonna
go.
remember like back then.
Well,
Well,
our
okay,
number
yeah,
ones are our number ones. Put it that way.
yeah. The
Everything
number
else
ones
are
are the number
going on.
ones.
All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully that we're not confusing you people too much. Or
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Okay, so number 10.
Here we go.
Um, Now this is why it's not. This is why it's number 10. Not because I don't like this figure, but because this is such an easy figure to make customs out of. I have two customs of this exact version of this figure, and that is Super Saiyan. Okay, Gogeta from the Fusion Reborn movie. Now this is a.
Uh
Now I loved Gogeta with the colors
yeah.
that he had in that movie. I think it's absolutely great. It's one of the cool. It's like
Yeah.
one of the sickest designs, and we never actually
Yeah.
got an official Super Saiyan head with the Broly movie version of Gogeta. So by
Correct.
introducing that with the mold that they currently have right now, they can easily make that and have the heads be interchangeable so that Gogeta has multiple different forms and such. Right now, as it is, the demonical fit is amazing, and it gives us
Yeah.
all that playability and such with it.
Yeah, those
But
faces did look really good. That
yeah,
set that they
absolutely.
had.
But I would really like for them. I would really like for Figuarts to like make an official one so that
Yeah, 100%.
so that people don't have to like go straight for the demonical fit version. And also, I think that would be a cool opportunity for them to introduce a Soul Punisher / Stardust Breaker effect to go along with that figure. That would be
Yeah.
amazing. I would love to see something like that with Figuarts.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would love to see that as well. good sir. So
Absolutely.
that was your number 10. So my number 10 was actually one of your honorable mentions, and that is an updated version or 3.0 version of Perfect Cell.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes. I think a lot of people want that, but Cell's always been just one of my favorite villains, if not my favorite, at least my top two. It's a battle between him and Frieza. They're the best Dragon Ball villains.
Hmm.
And since we got the Imperfect Cell, yeah, Imperfect Cell, I'm sure we're gonna get second form Cell. And since they're doing that, might as well give us an updated Perfect Cell, like we are pretty much talking before. So I see that happening. If we do see a second form Cell soon, I see a updated Perfect Cell, not too far behind.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and we pretty
Okay.
much covered it.
Yeah, we pretty much covered.
That
Okay,
Cell.
so
Yeah,
for my number 9, now I know this is going to actually take a while for us to actually get this version of the figure because
yeah,
as it is right now, pretty sure that Toei is not going to be marketing any of the stuff that takes place in the Dragon Ball Super manga until the anime comes out and adapts it, which I think is strange because if you want to get more people to read the manga, I feel like it'd be great to introduce more
yeah.
more people like make to like introduce these figures to show off the different forms so that people read the
Is
manga.
is this character going to be a spoiler? Because I think I have a couple. If it is, just
Okay.
say spoiler, and then
Okay,
we'll fix it
spoiler
at the end.
character from I'm not even gonna say which arc, just from the Dragon Ball Super manga at like
Nah,
sometime
just say
after the
you can
tournament.
say whatever.
Okay, spoiler for the
Yeah,
granola arc. Okay, Ultra
yeah.
Ego Vegeta. Now
Yes.
we have a version of Ultra Ego Vegeta already that came out from Kong
From
Studios.
yeah.
It's pretty cool Vegeta with an
Oh,
awesome
that was
build and such.
Kong Studios. I thought that was Demonical. Okay.
No, that was Kong Studios. I know because
Okay.
5K Toys sent me that. They're very good at
Yeah.
bringing me stuff from Kong. But yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Kong Studios did a good job with it, but they've kind of I feel like Figuarts can do some stuff better. Like they introduced
Yeah.
different mechanics and such, which I think is still very experimental with how they released the Vegeta. They did a lot of
Yep.
things that I think is really cool, but I would really like to see Figuarts make an official version of that so they can really tap into the potential of an awesome Ultra Ego Vegeta figure. That would be
Yes.
amazing. Give us an Ultra
It
Ego Vegeta.
definitely would. I agree with that 100%. He is also on my list. I might oh, he was next on my list. So yeah, this is gonna be my number 9 as well. Copycat.
You were
Copycat.
copycatting. You were
No,
nah.
we had no idea how the orders were on each other's list. So that's kind of funny. But let me ask you something about that Kong Studios figure. When I got, what was it, the Evolution Vegeta? It was like you could swap his legs with the battle damage pants and then the lower arms or something. You know what I'm talking about? I know that was Kong Studios because that was the first and only figure I got from them.
They did this with this Vegeta figure, right? You're talking about this one?
Yeah, did you have any breaks on that? Because the
I
arm
did have
broke on
breaks.
mine.
Yeah, I did have
Now,
a couple breaks. I had to like take so in order to fix it. Now there wasn't really a way to fix it. I
yeah,
just couldn't use one of the arms. So basically, I had to take a Dremel and like after it broke and like just take out all of like the plastic that was stuck in there, and
yeah.
then and just
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
and then throw this back on. Yeah, it really sucks because like a lot of the hands that they included with this figure was really only for the ones with the gloves. So it wasn't
Yeah,
like the end of the world. I'm gonna have this thing posed with the gloves and such anyway, but
yep.
it really did kind of stink that it took away like some of the options that was available to me through that figure. But yeah, when it came to the
And
Ultra
it was
Ego
what,
Vegeta,
like 50, $60, right?
something like
It
that.
wasn't more.
I believe that that this Vegeta,
Yeah,
I think it was because it might have come with a few different accessories. I could be mistaken.
I think it was
Oh,
higher.
yeah, that's right. No, you're right. That it included you're right. It included some battle damage legs for this figure that you can get if you got like
Yeah,
one regular version or like the premium version with the other
yeah, I got the
accessory.
version with that. But yeah, I think a
Hmm.
lot of people had an issue with brakes with that one. I had the same issue with one of my arms breaking as well. I just used sticky tack. Um,
Yes. This Vegeta specifically brings me memories. I got my first copyright strike on my review with this dude. So
Why?
because my intro
Uh,
was using the Resurrection F music from there, like the twara 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 twara. You
yeah.
know the one I'm talking about.
Okay. Always very strict. I do not
Yes.
mess with anything like that.
Yes, but ultimately, like, but yeah, when it came to like the one that Kong Studios released, I know this is now talking about Kong Studios. They introduced like the interchangeable torso, so you can have it be battle damaged or
Yeah.
not. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was pretty
yeah.
cool.
So, how's the quality on the new one then?
On the newest
No
Ultra Ego,
breaks?
I did a review here. If you guys want to know like how that Vegeta is, I'll leave a link in the description down below. You can check out my
Yeah, I'll
review.
have a card pop up on the top. So
Okay.
right now it should pop up so you can click on his review
Yeah.
if anyone's
So
interested.
obviously, like it still feels like the same like Kong Studios plastic. There was a couple tight joints here and there, but ultimately it still functions
Yeah.
really well. Like if the only issue is like that I'm talking about here is low quality plastic and tight joints, it really sounds no different than this official figure now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, man. Like Tamashii
Yeah, I had
Nations
a
is
couple
letting these
loose
third party
joints with
companies.
mine, but they might be learning as they go along.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the only thing with Kong Studios. I'm afraid to buy another one because I don't want to throw like I don't want another break. They aren't bad figures. I
It's
think
worth
they're
getting.
still learning. Yeah, they're still learning. But I did want to get that Ultra Ego Vegeta that recently released, which I might at some point. But who knows when we'll get an SH Figuarts
Yeah,
because
I'm
that's
like
really far in the manga.
Yeah, I'm like looking at my at my boxes right there. I'm like thinking, well, where's that Vegeta? I can't remember.
Oh
I know where
yeah,
it's like.
guys, if you're wondering, just like the other podcast, I'm eating Smarties, but the bigger size. Look how big these ones are. They're usually tiny. Um,
That's what we do on the PP podcast. We talk about the sizes of
yeah.
stuff.
All right, so you just announced your number 8, right?
Yeah, and then you announced that your number 8 or number 9 is or no, your number 9 is the
Oh,
same as
so
my number 9.
oh yeah, we're still talking about Ultra Ego Vegeta. All right, so now
Okay.
let's move on to our number 8s.
Now, okay, I know you have this somewhere on your list, but give me Tapion. Give me a Tapion
Oh
figure.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
To me, coolest character out of all of the 13 original Dragon Ball movies.
Oh
Though
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
I absolutely loved like how they handled this character, his relation to Trunks. Luffy, what are you doing? And
I wants to think you want some water or something. Go ahead, bud.
and
Nah,
then
go ahead.
like and then I just think he would be a really fun figure to mess around with. He has like the sword,
Oh
and you can
yeah.
have it get with the flute, like da da da, and then
Flute.
like
Yep, yep, yep.
if they wanted to and if they wanted to do this properly, they can just introduce the what's it called I'm drawing a blank right now. The rubber clothing around it to where he can actually articulate well enough, similar to what they did with
Mm,
Broly's fur and such, and Goku Black. I
yes.
think that would
Yes.
be, like a really cool figure overall to have, not just from a character standpoint, but from an
Yeah.
action figure standpoint.
Yeah, when they do use that very soft rubbery plastic for like lower portions. So yeah, for like the lower portions, like the new Sasuke, they made that very soft. The one before that, it was like a harder plastic. You remember that?
Oh God, I think I know what you're talking
The
about.
first one, the very first Sasuke.
Oh
His
yeah,
his like lower piece. Uh, it's not a skirt. I don't want to call it a skirt, but
it's like a piece of
that
like
piece.
thing he has like he just like tucked around his.
Yeah, it's like a lower robe or something.
I
But
can just
yeah,
grab it.
that was like a harder plastic. But the new one, with all the newer ones, I'll go get mine too. Do you have? Oh, are you getting the newer one?
Yeah, I'm getting the newer one.
Yeah, that one's so much better.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Look at the way that this
So with
moves. It's great.
Tapion, it would
They could do the same thing.
work great. Yeah, it would work great with that figure. So I have
Yeah,
him a little higher on my list, but I mean,
I
might
know.
as well cover him now since we're talking about him. But yeah, I'll put him as my number 8, even though I have him higher up. But we're already talking about him,
I
so
think
might
you
as
had him as
well.
your number 2 or number 1 last time I checked.
On this one, I have him around like in the middle.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
No worries right there.
Yeah, that's another one I want as well. And us being pretty big in the SH Figuarts community or SH Figuarts Dragon Ball community or just a Dragon Ball community, Tapion
Whatever
is
this
a
community
very
is.
yeah, Tapion is a very popular character, and people have told me numerous times that they really want an SH Figuarts Tapion. Your curtain's good. It's not like super bright or anything.
I
It's
see
fine.
like a bit of like light like shining through it. I'm just like my OCD
Yeah, it
is
looks
kicking
like
in.
that's like where the sun's at, but your curtain's
It's
fine. It's not
it's here.
messing anything up.
There we go. Okay,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, so now let's move on to our number sevens.
Okay, okay. Number 7. What do I have on here? I have okay. I'm pretty sure you have this next to like Tapion, if I remember the old list correctly. It's PyCon.
See, yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
so both of our sevens are going to be PyCon.
Well then, yeah. There we
Yes.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
Coolest. Okay. I'm trying to think back. I think he's the coolest filler character from the Dragon Ball
100%.
series. Yeah, like
Yeah,
one
100% on that.
absolutely. I think
Yeah.
that everyone has been wanting a PyCon figure. He's one of the most beloved
Yeah.
characters in the fandom, and we've only seen very little, just a very little bit of him. I think what really is like makes him cool, and I'm just, when I say PyCon, I do not want him to be. I do not want him to like be like with his white turban and white robes off, like with like how he showed. I like him with that clothing on. It makes him look
Yeah.
cooler. The moment that he takes
Yeah.
off that weighted
Two
clothing,
different versions.
he doesn't look. I don't think he looks nearly as cool or mysterious as how he is with the
Yeah.
weighted clothing.
I
He
agree
looks
with
very
that.
basic. So if you're gonna make a PyCon, please make him in his most
Yeah.
iconic
They
outfits and
will.
not when how he fought Goku. Please.
Nah, they'll do that first version. That's his more popular version.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember, I believe it was Irwin Toys that made one. One of them,
Irwin
Irwin
toys.
or Jax made one.
Oh yeah, they
A
probably did. Yeah, yeah, I can see Jax
no,
on it.
yeah, they did because I had it back in the day before Figure Arts came out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we definitely need a freaking Tapion and a freaking PyCon. Two movie characters that are so beloved that Tamashi Nation's easy money, man. Make them.
Yeah.
You know?
um,
All right. So
yeah,
now,
exactly.
yeah, well, PyCon is one I really want. I would have him higher up on my list if I was putting it in order. All right,
Oh
so
yeah.
now we're on to 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
number 6. Okay, so
Yep.
PyCon was also your thing. Okay, we share a lot of okay things here. So number 6. Now we needed this figure to go along with Vegito for the longest time. Super Saiyan Vegito, and who better?
Vegeta?
It's Vegito, the fusion.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need. Where's Buhan at? We saw a prototype of this figure a long time ago.
Oh,
Now,
yes,
granted,
I remember.
it was with the 1.0 knees and like sculpting back then, but
Yep.
we did recently get a Super Boo, which was an amazing figure, freaking
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
But I would
yeah.
really
That
like to
was a good
see
figure.
yeah, but I would really like to see them go ahead and release a Buhan. That would be like amazing. And if they wanted to, and I know that they'll probably do this at some point, but if they're going to, when they release the Buhan, they will definitely use that as a means to take advantage of the option of making another Super Saiyan Vegito using the same exact like hair sculpt and colors from the Super Saiyan Blue Vegito they released a while back. So that's an easy way to
That's the
make it
one they
like a
made a
re-release.
2.0 of, right?
Yeah,
Didn't they
yeah,
make a
the
2.0?
yes, the premium Bandai one. Like that was the very first premium Bandai figure, the Super Saiyan Blue
But
Vegito that released with Zamasu.
he just has the Super Saiyan Blue hair sculpt.
Yeah, just Super Saiyan Blue. No base
All
heads,
right.
no
Yeah,
nothing. Like
yeah.
the only demonical
Okay.
fit came in and was like, yo, let's give these guys what they want.
So you pretty much want that figure, but you want the Super Saiyan hair sculpt and the power down.
No, no, I'm just saying like if like because we know that Tamashi
Oh,
Nations
yeah,
likes
yeah,
to
yeah.
release figures in pairs.
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
they're
yeah.
going to release, I just think if they
I
release
get
end up
what you're
releasing a
saying.
Buhan,
Right.
it's an easy way to release a Super Saiyan Vegito.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. If
So
they
yeah,
do, yeah.
100%.
All right.
So
So
yeah,
that's your number
and
6?
yeah, and if they wanted to, like with Buhan, they can even introduce like a bit of like the candy, like the candy that Vegito turned into, and something like that, or
A
release
little
that with
chocolate.
Vegito. Yeah, who knows? Like, what was it, taffy or like coffee candy or whatever? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like a
But
little piece of chocolate candy. I forgot what it was called, but when that happened and I first saw that, I'm like, oh shit. They're screwed. They're screwed. And then it starts beating the crap out of Boo, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Yeah,
that was
that was such
awesome.
a funny random part. All right, so my number 6, I probably would have had him under Tapion and Pycon, but I think you mentioned him in your honorable mentions. The what was it? Fourth form cooler? Like Frieza's
Yes.
final form, but Cooler's version, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That is another one I would really love in the line. We did get the badass fifth form cooler, which is my favorite version of him.
Hmm.
Didn't Dragon Ball Super Heroes, the game, show like a golden
Yes.
cooler?
Yeah, it was Golden Cooler. It was cool. Like he had like not no pun intended. He had like this red eye and such to go along with him. It was no.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
It's not Golden Cooler. It was okay. There's actually two versions of it. There's
He was in his
Golden Metal
fifth
Cooler.
form, though.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was but there's that and there's also like Golden Metal Cooler, which is even more
Oh
insane.
shit. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know about that one. But yeah, I would definitely love the. I'm just gonna call it their species. It's like their final form name for
Yeah.
that form, their fourth form.
More
So
like
yeah,
what? It's their true form. I feel like that's the better name. I don't know why.
yeah,
Like the
yeah.
only
That's
reason why we call it the final form is because that's just what the games and other like media has talked about. Like that's
yeah,
true form.
yeah. That's yeah, exactly. So yeah, we have a lot of same stuff that we do want. So that is my number 6. Now we're getting into the last 5 characters or figures that we want in the line. So Starblast, take it away, good sir.
Top 5 figures. Okay, baby. So like we said easy figure. So if they're gonna release a Fusion Reborn Gogeta, if which I really hope they do, then we gotta get Janemba. Janemba is
Oh
one of the
yeah,
coolest. Now I know I say like, oh, this is the coolest character from this thing or this thing. Janemba is a lot of people's favorite villains from the
yeah,
original 13 Dragon Ball movies. He's just such a cool character. He's just like the embodiment of all of the evil from hell, and his design
yeah.
is so sick. He's got this sword, the menacing look. I remember
Yeah.
actually when
Just
Tamashi
his
Nations.
design is just cool as hell.
I remember when Tamashi Nations was teasing people like for the release of a it was a Figuarts Zero Janemba, but all they
Yeah.
showed was the tail, and everyone
Yep.
in the community was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be Figuarts Janemba," and
They
it
got
wasn't.
me with that too. We
Yeah,
didn't know until they actually revealed it, and we're like, "Oh, it's a statue!" Everybody's so mad, even me. They got
yeah.
everyone. Like, why would you tease that and then reveal just a statue?
I
Damn.
know. It's so sad. It was so sad. It was a sad day for the
Yeah,
Figuarts
it
collectors.
was. I
They
mean,
got
Dragon
teased.
Stars even made a Janemba.
Yes, they did. Oh my gosh. And it's
Yeah.
just like Dragon
So
Stars is going to be the definitive Janemba figure for some time until Figuarts comes
yeah,
around and
like
decides to make it.
yeah, like you see Dragon Stars, Bandai America even knows like what characters are super popular. They're like, hurry up, make the figure, throw it out there. Like that final fifth form cooler got a Dragon Stars before figure arts. So Dragon Stars knows like the whoever is over there saying what characters to make next, they know who's super popular because there is a lot of super popular characters they have in that line that we have not even seen in the figure arts line yet.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if they don't release Janemba like with the Super Saiyan Gogeta, if they do
Everybody
that
will
pairing,
riot.
yes, we will riot in the street. Everyone will fly to Japan, go to Tamashi Nation headquarters, bring their pitchforks and such, and like we want Janemba. So
Imagine if everybody did that who wanted a Janemba figure. It was that serious.
this
Like
is
we needed.
what be going on in their mind. This will be the personification of all of their anger. Their head will be on fire. That's how angry people will get. All right, let me cool it down.
Imagine that. We all just show up, and then they say, "Get out of here," and then we all get the rain clouds over us.
Oh my.
But yeah, Janemba is such a fan favorite. I just love his concept design. Personally, I
Mm,
would love to. There, there were so many cool characters in the Z movies, and I would love to see spin-off, little mini spin-off series of them, even if it's just like 24 episodes, even 12 episodes. I'd love to see one of Janemba, even though he's like a character that was kind of like made. It was kind of weird how he kind of appeared, you know.
Hmm.
But it was that what was it, like that evil spirit or darkness and something that got into that baby, that thing. I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched that movie in a while. But Janemba,
Hmm.
um, I I would like to see more about him, but there's really not much to him. You know, he's just a freaking cool looking character that's a badass.
Well, yeah, but like I said, he's not really like he's basically the embodiment of the negative energy in hell, which leaked into that one employee working for heaven.
That's what it was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
and that to me is enough to make me really like the character. On top of
Oh
the
yeah,
already
yeah.
cool design, not the first
Because
version of Janemba. Give me the purple one. Like we don't want the big fat one.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Nobody wants that one. Everybody wants the badass version. Nah, just like I said, just if you could make a villain just look so badass and cool, and just have a really dope concept design like Janemba, it's gonna be a fan favorite. Even if there isn't much of a backstory to him, he's still just a pretty dope character that just popped up, beat the crap out of Goku and Vegeta, and they had to fuse to combine their powers in a proper way in Dragon Ball world. But yeah, Janemba is a character they definitely need to make, and
Absolutely, you
the
get my stamp of
longer they,
approval right there.
yeah, it's. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten made yet, but you know what? I think we might see him in 2023. So that was your number five, correct, good sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so my number five is going to be a spoiler, so I'm going to tell you where you could skip, what time to skip to. All right, so my number five is a new form of somebody from the manga, and it is Black Frieza. Yeah, so Black Frieza is Frieza's newest, latest form. I only saw pictures of it. I didn't read anything about it in the manga, but I heard it's very, very powerful. And I
Yeah,
believe he is a threat now to Goku and Vegeta currently in Super with how strong they are right now. Ultra Ego, Ultra Instinct. So, Black Frieza is no joke. That black form is going to F shit up. But
bro, he literally came in, just dropped
yeah,
down, one-shotted both Goku and Vegeta in their strongest versions of each of their respective forms,
but the
and then
beam
dipped.
with the finger beam.
No, he just went in there and just like boom, punched them both in the
Oh,
stomach, and they're dead. They're just done. Not dead, literally, but like
damn.
they're
Just
out
knocked him
cold.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. I wonder how strong that is compared to golden form.
I
Like,
don't know, man.
what if his powers like quadruple to golden form?
Oh my
Like
gosh,
golden form technically isn't really super powerful, but it's his form of mocking Super Saiyan, as we all know, which I loved. I love that concept.
bro,
Go ahead. What are you gonna do?
read the manga
It
now.
is, even though
Read
I
the
haven't.
manga. No, you don't.
Or
Read the
at,
super manga.
or at least read the cool parts if you want to know what
No,
we're
no,
talking.
the whole. I think the whole. Well, no, no. I'm saying this. Like the whole granola arc, the Mora arc and
Yeah.
stuff. Like they're all great things. You should definitely read it,
Yeah,
and then we
yeah.
can do an episode talking about it. Giving us
Yeah,
your
maybe
thoughts.
maybe I will we start reading some of the Moro arc
Yeah,
cuz I don't really read manga. I usually wait for the anime, but
yeah.
they are taking forever
Like I like
for
the
Dragon
design
Ball
of.
Super 2.
So yeah, I like the design of Black Frieza. I have mixed
Me
feelings on
too.
how they executed the form, but I think I do
Yeah.
ultimately like really like it at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
hopefully in the future we see more of that and what else that they're doing. And I'm just saying right now, and I don't know if this is and do not take this as confirmation or anything like that, but there's a possibility that Frieza might have a little bit more than just his black form. We don't, depending on what's going on and how they write it in the future. We don't know.
But
It's a slight possibility.
wow, that could be interesting. You know
Yeah.
what? He probably does have another form. But the thing with that version of Frieza, we will not see an SH Figuarts until we see that version of Frieza in the anime, which is not going to be for a while, or if for some reason it pops up in a movie. So that's the
Hmm.
only way we will get an SH Figuarts Black Frieza figure. So
Absolutely.
now let's move on to the final four. And these four, for me, I have them in order. I don't know about you.
Let me see here. Yeah, I think I could definitely see that in order. Like
Okay.
maybe, okay, maybe I can swap around like my
Or
number
at least
four and
your
number
at least
three.
our top three, put them in order.
Yeah.
Your top
Okay.
three. Okay. All
Okay.
right. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
So
do
for
that.
my
All right.
number four, personally, I know we're gonna eventually get this fairly soon. I mean, it's going down the line.
Yeah.
To give it, I'm talking about the third form version of Baby Vegeta. So like the way
Ah.
that he looked when he fought Super Saiyan 4 Goku and everything, like the
Yeah,
way
he
that he
pretty
looked right
much
after.
looked like Vegeta and then Baby with the stuff on his face, the
He
white
doesn't even look
hair.
like Vegeta anymore. Actually, if you ask me, I feel like my favorite form of that is actually probably like when that's more accurate to Vegeta looking is
Yeah.
the very when he first like got in there like Vegeta with like the white hair and
Yeah,
the red
yeah.
eyes. Kind of sounds like Gohan Beast when you
And
think
like
about it.
that yellowish, whitish, red suit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what version you're
well,
talking about. You said
no,
the
I'm talking
third
about the
form?
yeah, that's my third form. I'm saying like that would probably be the one that I would want to pose, but I'm saying like and I'd want as a figure because I think it'd be fun. But my favorite version of that is actually when he first when Baby first like went into Vegeta and Vegeta just had the white hair and red eyes.
Okay, yeah,
That was
yeah.
but yeah,
Third
like as
baby.
a I mean as a figure, I mean I'd want that. I'd want the third one more because you can actually display that along, with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and I can see like there being like a lot of fun. You can
Oh,
have like an effect where he's throwing the Revenge Death Ball.
that
That
one?
would yeah, that's the form I'm talking about. That would
Okay,
be great as a
that's the
figure.
one you want as a figure.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, all right. I know what one you're talking about. Yeah, I think that's all right. Here's all the baby Vegetas. Yeah, that's probably the most popular version of baby Vegeta
Mm-hmm.
that people
Yeah,
would want. Because that was pretty much his final form until they went to that golden ape form.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, if I had to choose between one baby Vegeta, it would either be that one or the white hair one of Vegeta that looks exactly like Vegeta, what you were saying. Okay, yeah, yeah. That'd be a pretty cool figure art, so I'd be down with that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even
Yeah,
though
give us
GT gets a lot of hate, there's still some cool stuff in it.
absolutely. And it's just like it consider, and the only reason why I didn't even put Omega Shenron on my list, and I guess spoilers, is just because like we kind of already have like the AF Toys one, and I feel like that one's a
Yeah,
decent placeholder. I'm not really like in a rush for that unless
yeah.
we get into
I'd
another
rather
figure on
get
the list.
Eyes and Nova over Omega Shenron.
Yeah, which is kind of sad
But
because he's supposed to be the big bad boss of it, which
yeah, didn't
yeah.
he? Like, oh, he took all the Dragon Balls. That's right. All right. So my
Hmm.
number four, it's kind of like a mixture of two figures, but it's one character. So it's either Super Saiyan Bardock, the Z version, or a battle damage version of Bardock. I don't care if it's powered down or Super Saiyan, any battle damage version. So that would be my number four
I
pick
could
right
see that being
there.
a really cool figure, like have it displayed
Yeah.
along, with like the one that we have, the Bardock that we have right now is great, but having a battle
Yeah.
damage one with an optional Super Saiyan hair, like we have a lot of third party
Definitely.
companies taking advantage of that, but it'd be cool to see how
Yeah.
Tamashinations would do it, and I
Yeah.
better not
I'm
be.
curious how they would.
And if they do inevitably do that, I don't want to hear no one saying that. Oh my God, they're copying Demonical Fit. Or the other company and stuff like that because they have the rights over it. They can release whatever figure they want.
They do that. If people don't realize this, Tamashii Nations or Bandai as a company do that on purpose because they want you to say, "Hey, well, don't buy their knockoff. Buy our legit copies." So they're trying to prevent Demonical Fit from getting more sales. That's why Tamashii Nations keeps making the same things Demonical Fit's making for people who didn't know that.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
because
It is.
yeah,
But like, ultimately it's like some of them I think the figures have been around for like the third party companies have been around for so long that something
yeah.
like that is like I think it's safe around this time for Tamashii Nations to go and release one of their own Super Saiyan Bardocks because we've had that
Oh,
for a good
yeah.
majority of time. So yeah, that
Yeah, I
would be
don't
great.
think we'll see any Bardock from
And
Demonical Fit since they put out that Super Saiyan headset for him.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking that I actually am like skeptical because you told me like it's Bardock. I'm thinking that there might be another version of Bardock that you might put higher somewhere on the list later. If you did, that's my prediction. Maybe
I don't
not.
know. I don't know. I guess we'll
I
have to
I know
find
you
out.
love.
So everyone stay tuned, either if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on the podcast.
Yeah. Okay, and that's okay. So as for
Right.
so you got your number 4. Now we're down to the top
Yeah,
3.
now
So
we're in
for
our top three, and these, as we mentioned before, are in order. So this is our number three most wanted, then our number two, and our number one. Take it away, Starblast
okay,
Studios.
number 3 is well. Okay. Honestly, let me look. I'm gonna just change it. Okay, so
Yeah.
for my
Uh,
number 3, I'm gonna swap it so it is in order correctly. Number 3 is
okay.
Cumber from Dragon Ball Heroes.
Oh, yes, yes. That would be a cool figure. That would
Yeah,
be a cool freaking figure.
I think that character now when it comes to me, I really like Saiyans that are just the types of bloodthirsty wanting to fight type of characters. I feel like those are
Yeah.
like the most fun. And also like his design is incredibly cool. I like how he is like he's sealed up and he eventually
Yeah.
gets more power and his
That's the
ability to
badass
like with
mask.
his yes and has like that
Yeah.
ability too with his aura to change about like and control people with it and make them evil, like awaken
Oh,
someone's evil spirit.
snap.
That's what he did to Goku, which I think that would
Oh.
be insanely cool if they were to release a figure like that. And I don't feel it's one of those
Yeah,
figures
it
that
would be.
I don't see them making for a very 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 long time. But it
Yeah.
would be really cool to see them make Cumber because I think I really just like the character as much. Not so much the Heroes promotional anime, but that character in there is great. I like him.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. That was my favorite character because I only watched like two episodes, but I thought he was so awesome. I would
Hmm.
definitely love an SH Figuarts figure of him. But yeah, who knows if and when that would happen? Because they haven't really made Dragon Ball Super Heroes characters, right?
No, not a single one. The only thing that I
Uh,
think that we even got remotely close is the Xenoverse stuff because the Xenoverse
yeah,
is involved in Heroes. But I mean, I guess
yeah,
everything's in
yeah.
Heroes. In Heroes, nothing is canon, but everything is canon. I stole that quote from Geekdom 101.
Makes sense. All right, so now for my number three. This is one I've pretty much been wanting since this line started, and you probably want this one too. And this is the BoJack Unbound version of Trunks. This is the probably last version of Trunks people really want in the line.
Give it to us, Tamashi. I want that Trunks.
We need it. Yeah, a
Boasty.
lot of people do want this, including myself. Like I said, I've been wanting this since the line started. This figure would sell out super quick, and just like how the 3.0 Future Trunks did just sell out as well. So yeah, that is definitely one of the reasons why it's in my top three. It's just a character I've been wanting forever. Tamashi Nations, make
I do
up,
not
damn
blame
it.
you. I
Yeah,
do
like
not
they
blame you.
pretty much have all the parts practically.
Yeah,
Just
honestly, I'm like thinking about it because I took off because like on my original list, like I took off the first appearance Trunks and put on an alter ego. But really thinking about it, it's
yeah,
just like I think we could have gone along with the Bojack one because I knew
yeah,
to
yeah,
me that original Trunks was a necessity and such.
yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
like we needed to have a 2.0 of the first appearance Trunks first before they got into the Bojack Saga territory. So
Oh, of
yeah,
course.
like
Yeah.
now that like I probably would
Now
have
that
that
that's
somewhere on my
out the
list too.
way,
Yeah,
now they can work on one.
yeah, once they inevitably, I think, finish up the Cell Saga stuff, it'd be like the perfect timing for them to get into the Bojack things.
Yeah. You know what's crazy too? They don't really make too many movie versions of characters. Like when a new movie's coming out, yeah, they do, but I mean like the Z movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Let's see
thankfully,
if
I think
we've
they're doing a
gotten
lot
so far.
more. Cause like, look, like,
Yeah,
last year
Turles,
we
yeah.
got, well, yeah, but we also got Cooler, and so like we
Yeah,
got like three
Cooler.
different
So
versions of characters from the movies and such.
we got
Like
Broly, we got
Broly, Cooler,
Cooler,
and Turles coming up.
Yeah, and we're getting Turles. All right. So it'd be cool if they at least do like maybe one or at least two a year, you know? That'd be pretty cool because there is a lot of movie characters they have not even touched up on yet.
Exactly, and it's just like I feel like that's like material that they're missing out on because even if certain characters like aren't as cool as others, like I feel like the
Yeah.
designs as such for those villains would make for some amazing figures, some of the best in the line. I'd go ahead and say, like
Yeah,
just like Super
let me
Android 13. He is amazing looking. I
yeah,
feel like he'd be a fun figure as well.
I would get all of them. 15, what was it, 13, 14 and 15.
Yeah, maybe not so much 13 and 14. Sorry, 14 and 15 for me,
Yeah,
but definitely
I would
13.
get them. Yeah,
But yeah.
13 was dope. Which one though? Hillbilly one or absorb the other androids
Absorb the other
version?
androids one. Yeah,
Okay,
absorb the
so
other
when he's
androids.
like a blue
Yeah,
Blanca, pretty much. That's what he
yeah.
kind of looked like, actually.
Yeah.
Another thing. Oh yeah, I wanted to
Right
ask
the way
you.
with the dang trucker hat.
That's me, Android 13. This is how I sounded. All right, so um, let me ask you, BoJack Unbound. If they made a BoJack, would you buy it?
Uh okay, yeah, I buy
I
every
would.
figure in the line. Of course, yeah, I'd
Yeah,
definitely buy
I
it.
would.
Because if I
What
don't,
if they
because I'll
made?
miss out. It'll be more expensive later. And if I don't want
Yeah.
it, I'll sell it. If I don't like it, I'll
Yep.
sell it.
That's yeah. They always sell no matter what. Even if you
Hmm.
don't have all the parts or if you customized it, those figures always sell. It's insane.
Hmm.
Um, but you know he had four other people in his crew.
Yeah, like he had Zanya, and that's all I
Yeah,
can remember.
the
I can only remember
woman, and then
I,
they had
Zanya is the woman.
they had
I can
the
only
short
remember
dude.
the chick name.
Yeah, well, they had the shorter dude who was kind of like a telepath. Then they
Yeah.
had the real big dude. I think he had a goatee. And then they had my
Hmm.
favorite, which was the guy with the sword who first ran into Trunks. And then they were
The one that
both
Trunks killed.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
was my favorite. I want them to make that dude, but he's not like really popular at all. He's not even a main villain. So
Frankly,
it's
because he got killed so quickly, I don't think anyone feels like he's very important.
yeah, but like with Janemba, he had a really cool like character design. Like I thought he was
Hmm.
the coolest one out of all of them, even BoJack. But that's like a figure we'd probably might not ever see.
Is so hold on, was Bojack your number two or number three?
No, my number two. I was just saying that those have always been like characters. They were always in the back of my mind, but I've
Mm.
never put on lists or anything. But I feel like those, if we'd get anybody from that in villains, it would just be BoJack.
Hmm.
My number two. We're on two, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hold on. Well, actually, hold on.
my
Hold
number
on. Sorry, hold on. Your number. What was your number three? That's what I'm
My number
confused about.
three. Oh yeah, yeah. My number three was the Trunks BoJack Unbound. Sorry,
Okay,
I was
okay.
jumping ahead. Ha
So then, yeah,
ha.
okay. Then that goes to
Now
over to my
you're
number
number
two.
two.
Then,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
All right.
Number two. Okay. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, definitely on its way. Like we
Yeah.
got Super Saiyan
Oh
4
yeah,
Goku
yeah.
already. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta just released. I feel like with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, it's only a matter of time.
Oh
My
yeah.
computer just froze. Okay, but yeah, it's only a matter of time until we get that. I am very excited for them to inevitably go ahead and release that because that is one of the coolest like moments. Granted, I think
Yeah.
that I like the way that Gogeta behaved a lot more in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, and
I agree with that.
like needless to say, the design of him was like absolutely amazing. You know, with the red hair
Yeah.
and the fur and such, it was like
Yeah, yeah.
really really cool. So I'd love for them
It
to
was
go ahead and make
unique
that.
too, you know. You
Hmm.
didn't expect him to have red hair, but it was cool looking. But even his like
Yeah,
outfits was pretty dope. He pretty much looked like what like Gogeta wears, right? He had the
yeah,
vest and then the baggy
yeah,
pants. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Same vest and
But
such.
yeah,
And then his
that'd
fur
be
was
another
brown.
hot seller.
And then his fur was
His
brown
what?
for some reason.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, it's unique. It was different. It had a lot of
Hmm.
cool colors going on in it, but that's another one that everybody wants. And yeah, we know it's on the way and we're getting it in 2023 without a doubt.
100%.
So you're yeah. So that was your number two. My number two, you kind of predicted it. Uh Bardock from Super. So how Toriyama now makes Bardock.
I was
But
close with my prediction. I thought it was gonna be the like Bardock with the masked version from Xenoverse.
Oh yeah. I don't really know too much about those mass versions because I only played the first Xenoverse and just a little bit of it,
Hmm.
but I never got to that. I don't know if it was in the
Well,
first
he was
one or
first
the
in
second
Heroes,
one.
but the Xenoverse took him as a character in there, and he's really cool. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
said.
yeah,
But yeah, like I can see what you're talking about, like with the new Bardock as well. Like as
yeah.
far as I know, you're probably the only person that I've heard say that they want a version of Bardock from Super, because everyone's always saying I don't like the Bardock from Dragon Ball Super, but in
Well,
reality, it's like
canon, you know?
well, yeah, well that and like
Yeah,
they're pretty much the same character. Like I feel like there's
yeah,
not that much difference between them, other than the events that dictated what they needed to what they did and didn't need to do and such. So.
yeah.
eh,
Toriyama switched up the story just a little bit, but this is like now his own take on Bardock. I guess he didn't make the original one, or
No,
maybe he did, or
he
he just
didn't
changed.
so he did make the this is what happened. So Toei made
Yeah,
this for like a special in there, and then when
episode.
Goku and in the manga, when Frieza had first seen Goku, there was like this one panel in there where Frieza thought back and remembered Bardock off of seeing Goku. But
Yeah,
like it was obviously the
yeah,
version
yeah,
of Bardock from the thing, so it just granted a lot of
yeah. But I don't
confusion
think
and
he had
such.
his armor on when he saw him too. I think I
He
know what part
did.
you're
He
talking
saw
about.
no,
Oh, he
he
did.
did see him with the
Oh
armor,
yeah,
and he
he
had the
did. He
red
did.
bandana.
Okay, yeah, that's right, yeah. But yeah, personally, I love that version of Bardock. It made him look different. The bandana made him more badass, and I love the
Hmm.
green in his armor. It made his armor unique compared to others. That's why I always like how Mace Windu in Star Wars always had a purple Jedi, but all the other Jedi had blue or yellow or green lightsabers. So I always just liked um, that the green and the armor. It made Bardock more unique, and you could pick him out of everybody. The scar looked cool, which they kept, right? Yeah, he
Wait, hold
still
on.
has the scar.
Are you talking? Hold on. Are you talking about the? Hold on. I
Well,
thought
I was
the
talking
Bardock
about
that you wanted would.
yeah, the one
Yeah.
I want is the super one, but I was saying how I do like out of the two versions, Bardock, I prefer the Z version because it made him
Mm,
look unique with the green armor, the bandana. This one, they gave him like the blue. They look like leg warmers, but on his arms. Like instead
hmm.
of giving him leg
Like
warmers,
bigger
they made him
wristbands and
more current.
such.
Yeah, they gave him wristbands, make him more updated and current to the time we're in now.
Hmm.
Because '80s leg warmers were big. Uh, but yeah, but his armor they made added blue in it instead of green. That let me down, but still, I want to get a Dragon Ball Super version of Bardock. You know, it's Toriyama's version of him, and that's the canon version of him. So I would like to have that version now since we got the better version that I like more. But yeah, that I definitely want to see that in the line, and maybe a lot of people don't, but I think it'll change over time because he does have more of a story in the manga. So, all right, so
Yeah.
now let's move on to our numero unos,
Okay.
unos, unos.
Alrighty then. Okay. So this one, I'm surprised that no one has talked about. We've needing this figure for the longest time, and I've
Oh,
wanted this, and this is my favorite version of this character.
who?
Future Gohan. Future Gohan.
That a lot of that is a one a lot of people want.
That
Yep.
is one of the okay. This is plain and simple. It's a shame. I know people who
Yeah.
love this character so much, and even though they knew that he died, they cried at the very end. It was a very sad, one of the most traumatic
That
parts
was
I
a
think for a
sad
lot of
movie.
people's childhood in Dragon Ball. No,
Yeah.
that wasn't a movie. That was a
Yeah.
TV special. But yeah, like
Yeah. I consider it a movie though. Yeah, but I know it was TV special.
like I think that
But
that would make for like a cool like figure, because you can
yeah,
have like an interchangeable arm where you can have him be with one or two arms and such
kind of
depending
like
on
what
like
they
the
did with
theme.
Piccolo.
Yeah, or then
Yeah.
they can also they can introduce like the base form head with the Super Saiyan hair as well, and
Yep. Didn't he
that
have a
would be really
scar?
cool. He did have a scar. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
So
he
he
had a
looked more
scar.
badass too.
Yeah, absolutely. That was like awesome. And so releasing that would be great. If they did a Kid Trunks to
Yeah,
release with that as well, that would be
they
like
would
boom,
have
the
to.
cherry on top. I feel like
Yeah,
I don't. That's why I didn't even put Kid Trunks on the list, because if they're going to release a future Gohan, that's gonna inevitably going to release alongside with it. It's a
yeah,
guaranteed. There's no way
yeah.
around it.
That I would buy both those in a heartbeat, especially the
Hmm.
Gohan. Yeah. The Gohan is that version of him is so popular. I love that version of him. That is one of my favorite. I consider it with the Z movies. So I know it's the TV special, but it's one of my favorites. It's up there. BoJack Unbound's like pretty much my favorite Z movie. Same with the first Broly one, and this one is as well. So
Absolutely,
yeah, definitely need to get
absolutely.
that. That would be a great figure too. An interchangeable arm, either have it, not have it, and then it tied on the sleeve. That would be awesome. Super Saiyan head, Powered Dan head. Then we do get a younger version of Trunks would be pretty cool too. So yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one. But my number one is an updated, just like with Perfect Cell, they need to do it a 2.0 or 3.0, whatever. Updated version of one of my all-time favorite characters, Android 16. They need to make him
Ooh.
bigger. He needs to be taller. If they do a Perfect Cell, a new one, and make him bulkier and bigger, then they have to make an updated Android 16. And Android 16 is just one of those big, lovable characters that you just fall in love with when you see his character in the show because he's such a. They made him so unique. They try to make it seem like he's going to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator and shit, but he's actually not. He's like the total opposite. And that's something I loved about his character and his character development, and learning more about him. And he's just such a great character. And instantly became one of my favorites when I first discovered Dragon Ball because I first jumped in it in the Android saga. So would love to see a 2.0 or 3.0 version of Android 16, and I know a lot of people would love to see that as well.
Absolutely.
Even
I actually, did you actually pick up the event exclusive version you didn't pick that
no,
up?
but no,
Oh
but
man.
I want to. And I mean, I could buy either one right now, and they're like the same price, so it doesn't matter which one I get. So I'm eventually gonna get it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, I guess
Yeah,
conveniently
like if
your
I
one is
wanted to
like
get the
up goes up
regular
in
release,
aftermarket.
they're both like a buck 10 or a buck 15 each or something like that.
A buck? Oh,
Something like
110,
that. They're
115.
Yeah, yeah, like 110, 115. You're
Okay,
like,
okay. I was about to.
$1? Where the hell
Okay.
are you getting them for $1? What secret website is it? Tell me.
Just
But
pulls out the gun. Where do you get your figures at, man?
imagine that dollar SH Figuarts. Right over here, we even have the exclusives.
Oh my
Man,
gosh. Yeah. Oh man.
you can
Okay,
only
so
dream stuff like that.
yeah, again, just imagining figures being that much per dollar. But yeah, not a bad pick for the
Yeah,
for your number one. That okay, so
yeah.
this has been okay. I'd say like that pretty much wraps it up with the figures and such, because that is the future Gohan, the Super Saiyan Gogeta. There's a lot of figures that I can imagine Tamashii Nation's releasing in the future that can really make a lot of people happy. Like some of the stuff that I
Oh,
threw
yeah.
down, like just when trying to figure out like figures that they could release would be like a false Super Saiyan Goku that they can introduce with
It's
Slug, or
endless. It's
yeah, or
endless. Their
or
options. Go
are
ahead.
really out there. Or like, oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna list other different things like Mira and Toa from Dragon Ball Xenoverse, or a buff version of Master Roshi. There's so many different figures
Oh,
that I
yeah,
think
that too.
lots
They
of
need to
things that
make that one. Shit.
yeah, lots of things that I think people would really enjoy having in their collection if
Yeah.
Tamashii Nations were to make one. And this right here is just some of ours, but this like
Yeah.
I find that whatever they end up releasing in the future, because there's so many different options, I can definitely be happy for. Or even here,
Yeah, it's
another one.
endless.
Another one that I think easy is like a Namek Saga of Vegeta, like when he right before he
Oh,
died.
yeah, that's right.
They're getting around to that because they released Krillin and
Yeah, they
Gohan.
will. Yeah,
They'll
yeah, they
definitely get to
definitely
that.
will. It's their options for this line seriously are endless. They could do this for decades.
Imagine if they
They-
released a whole Harudagon. That would be crazy.
but it's just Dragon Ball. Now imagine if Naruto and One Piece, they do that too. They can have 3 perfect lines, and they won't have to make any other figures ever again. Just those 3 lines, because if they could do them all right, like Dragon Ball, they could have 3 incredible lines. But like what I was saying, all 3 of them, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, their options are endless with the figures they can make. Not just every character, but how many different versions of each character is there? Time skips, pre-time skips, different clothing here and there, different clothing for that, for this. There's just this form, that form. There's so many different versions of just Goku or Vegeta, or there's you have the main characters, secondary characters, characters not as popular, but once you see them making the characters past the secondary characters, they're starting to run out of ideas. But we'll be long gone by then.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, even then, like, if they ever need to make a new version of the character, like, if they ever feel like they're running out of
Oh
characters, they
yeah,
can just make a new body mold and say, okay, here's the
that's
4.0
right.
stuff, and then just, like, rinse and repeat.
Shit, like in 10,
It's
15 years, they might be on like a 7.0 or 10.0 or
Oh
something.
my
I
god,
didn't
I'd be
even think of that. Even the updated versions, and they can re-release everything. So it's they they- they're they could make so much money off those 3 lines right there if they do the other 2 correct. Naruto, they're definitely heading in the right direction. I'm so excited to get the Kakashi. They shipped it the other day,
they
but
did
it's
a
coming
very
from
good
like
job.
China.
They
That's
did a very
my
good job with their costume.
he's on my top 10 list.
Oh, I don't blame you. Yeah, he's a great figure.
Yeah, he made my top 10 list. To me,
Fantastic.
as of now, he's my favorite. I feel like when I got Kakashi, Kakashi's probably going to be the best out of all of them. I hope
Yeah,
so. Nah,
most likely. From all the accessories
yeah,
I've seen with him, like, he definitely looks great. I don't know. To
yeah.
me, it's actually between him and Naruto because I really like the fact that you can make Naruto with the fox, like the nine-tailed fox expression and such, and Rasengan and
Oh
such.
yeah, that's right. But he has so much better. Just all their articulation is so much better. It's
Yeah,
crazy how big of a difference. Well, how many years between their releases? 5 through 8, I guess.
yeah. It's
But
crazy how much engineering and such that they're putting in through all these lines, and they still haven't managed to fix Vegeta's ankles.
yeah, what in the beep? But yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's the podcast episode 5. This is yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are watching on YouTube, give us your top 10 most wanted SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figures in the comments below. If you're watching on a podcast, soon we'll make it so you can call in and leave messages like other podcasts, but not right now. Eventually we will. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and this is Daredevil19 in Starblast Studios, and we'll catch you on the next episode of
The Plastic Power Podcast. All right.
Yeah!
See you guys in the comment section. Till then.
Thanks for watching our podcast. We are your hosts, Starblast Studios, and me, Daredevil19. If you enjoyed our podcast, be sure to give us a follow either on Podbean, Buzzsprout, or Anchor. We'll be on other platforms very soon, and thanks for listening, or if you watched it, watching. See you guys later.